유난히도 캄캄한 밤에 나 홀로 너를 생각하네. 이런 기분 설명할 수 없어. 원래 이맘쯤 너와의 여행을 생각했었는데 네가 좋아하던 와인과 선물을 준비해.
Hello everybody, Harris here with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you 5 tips and tricks for the Oculus Quest 2. Now most of these are free if you already have the Oculus, but one of them does involve a little bit of money, so just bear that in mind. Anyway, with that said, let's get into the video. Okay, so tip number 1 lets you use more than one tab at a time on the Oculus Quest. I found this out because I wanted to do homework and watch YouTube at the same time, but Oculus's built-in browser doesn't support this. And I spent around 30 minutes trying to find a way, but to no avail. But what I did find is Firefox's VR browser. This lets you use up to 3 tabs side by side while also having more in the background if you want. It also comes with built-in add-ons like ad blockers and so on, and has a variety of choices for the background, although I did have a couple of gripes with the app. Number 1, the environments are static. Now this isn't a problem at all, but coming from Oculus's own virtual environments which move in a very high quality, Firefoxes just feel very boring. And number 2, the entire app isn't really high quality. My workaround is to change the display density to 0.5 and change the display DPI to 150. Then I make the screen a little bit larger. Also, before I finish off, if you want to change most of the display settings, you have to restart the app before they actually implement. Alright, moving on to tip number 2. Now for tip number 2, I wanted a little bit of a simpler one, and I thought why not just show people how to change Oculus's own virtual environments. So if you spent basically any more than a day on the Oculus, you would have already done this. But to change the Oculus virtual environment, just go to the little bar at the bottom, press the settings icon and scroll the way down to virtual environment. Then click on the environment that you want and just download it. And boom, bing, bosh, bakalaka, I don't know what to say here, but then you'll have the environment installed. My personal favourite is the winter cabin, but if you like space, you go for the space station, and you can even get custom ones from SideQuest. I'll leave a link to the article in the description below. Alright, on to tip number 3. Now this one's a little bit pointless, but also kind of cool. If you have downloaded the newest update for the Oculus Quest, you can scan the surface of your sofa and put it into VR. It can go quite far, but has a minimum distance to the back of 30 centimeters. So if you try and scan a chair, it might be very long chair. The worst part about this though is the fact that you can only see it in the hub area, and anywhere else it shines for a moment, the little blue light around it, and then it disappears, which also makes sense, but it's kind of annoying. Hello everybody, this bit was recorded a little bit later, but I just want to say that the sofa mode, actually it's got like a sofa mode, and when I was researching about this and I tried it out, I didn't have anything that when I'd sit down it would show sofa mode, but the only reason why I saw this is because BMS video, so you should definitely go check that video out in the description below. But yeah, I didn't even know sofa mode was a thing, but that's a little bit of a perk for the sofa thing, so yeah. Anyway, time to move on to tip number 4, where we start DIYing stuff. So if you know what the Valve Index is, this might be sort of interesting for you. So the Valve Index uses these controllers called the Knuckles, which have individual finger tracking and pressure sensitivity. But they also have a strap that goes around your knuckles which keeps them in place, and when you let go they float. So there are a couple of ways to get these knuckle controller effects on your Oculus Touch controllers. The first way is to buy them. Kiwi Design does a nice set of rubber knuckle straps, link in the description, but the way I'm going to be talking about is free. One little disclaimer though is that it only really works on small to medium hands, and that they're not too thick. Alright, so first of all, remove the battery cover from your Oculus Touch controllers. Pull out the strap end. This can be inserted the normal way again later if you don't like it. Use the loop at the top and tie like this. Then insert the strap end the same way as it was before, replace the battery cover, do this for both controllers, and there you have a sort of DIY version of the Knuckles controllers. These work great, but if you have larger hands you probably want to stick to stuff like boxing, ones that don't use many buttons. But anyway, on to the 5th and last tip. Alright, so you probably bought the Quest because it was a standalone headset and cheaper than other VR headsets. But because it's standalone, it doesn't have as much battery as a PC VR would. This last tip will help you get a couple more hours of gameplay on your Quest. And this is one that will require a bit of money unless you already have a battery bank. Now if you're buying a battery bank, one I can recommend for cheap is the QAF 25,000 mAh battery for £25. They've actually reduced the price by £10 since I bought it, but the link is in the description below. The next thing you need is something like Velcro straps or some way to strap it to the back of your Quest. If it feels uncomfortable, put something like a small pillow or some paper towels behind your head. So first of all, grab your Quest and your battery pack and your Velcro strap or whatever you're using to strap it to the back. Turn the Quest around and then put the battery pack on the back of your strap and try and strap it with your Velcro straps or whatever you got. And then once you finish that, plug in the cable, put it on your head and test it out and see if it's charging. With the battery pack plugged in, it will charge your headset while playing your favourite games or watching your favourite content. Just note your cable might be too long, so one I recommend will be linked below. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next video, and goodbye.